The Constitution is the foundation of our nation. The Constitution needs to be able to meet the needs of the nation as a whole and reflect the changing times. It plays a huge role in our nation and should be a concern to everyone. I've taken classes here at Western that have given me an insight to how the Constitution was created. Our society is constantly changing. In order to keep up with the times, the Constitution should be updated every 20 years. The key things I will be talking about today is the history of the Founding Fathers creating the Constitution, how society changes, and how updating the Constitution addresses the need in society. Now let's go into deeper detail about how the Founding Fathers created the Constitution to be changed. Why it was created? It was created because America gained its independence from Britain, and they needed a basis for their laws. So they created the Constitution in order to keep the nation as a whole. Being able to be amended was one of the great strengths of the Constitution at the time. The nation was not ready for some things that needed to be changed later date. The majority vote needed to pass the Constitution would not have been able to if they put certain things in there. And it was not created by them to remain the same. They knew the needs that needed to be met, but the majority of the population was not ready for those needs to be met. The Founding Fathers knew that within society things would change, so they wanted the Constitution to change as well. Because society changes over time, so should the basis for our laws. Every law that is made is based on the Constitution, and when it goes to court to be made, it must go along with the Constitution. But some laws that need to be created to go along with our society as it is now does not align with the Constitution, so that causes problems. Although the law would be better for society now, it does not go along with the Constitution that was created back in time. If laws change with time, it keeps our nation more together and keeps us all on the same page. Although it can be hard to change because you do need a majority vote for the law to get passed, or the Constitution in this case, majority vote could actually be more beneficial too, because if majority of the population wants this to be passed, then it could go easier along. But if they don't, or not majority aren't along with it, it could be deficient. It's keeping stuck in the old ways causes more problems than it could be avoided by changing the Constitution. Lastly, the Constitution should be updated because it would address concerns and structural elements that are our nation that were not anticipated when it was created. Society is forever changing and unpredictable. In order to keep up with the times, the unpredictable changes of our nation, it should be updated 20 years to keep up with that. Although people fear their basic rights getting taken away, and the reason that the Bill of Rights was added is because people did fear their basic rights getting taken away. So after the Constitution was made, the Bill of Rights was enacted. And although the Bill of Rights was created not to change because the basic rights should remain the same of all citizens of the United States. Some key takeaways from this. Some aspects of our Constitution should remain the same, such as the Bill of Rights. Some should be changed to benefit society as it is now and as it is forever changing. After the points we discussed today, such as the history of creating the Constitution and how society changes, should influence the Constitution. And updating the Constitution addresses the concerns within our nation. Improvement is always needed, and that's why the Constitution should be updated every 20 years. I love this nation, and I feel there are always ways that we can improve as a nation as a whole. And I feel very strongly about updating the Constitution. And after these points that I made today, hopefully you feel that it needs to change too. Thank you.